Are you in the market for a new car, perhaps in 2024? Are you considering the traditional combustion engine, or are you thinking about a EV, a electronic vehicle? This is just my own personal opinion, and I'm sure people will give me thumbs down for this. I don't care. I've been doing a lot of research lately, watching so many videos about how wonderful EV cars are, and there are a handful of people who are giving you the honest truth about EV cars. So, first question, what is the average price of an EV? You can say here it's 53,470. The idea is they may be more expensive than a normal car, but there's less parts inside it. So why are we getting paid more, or why are we getting charged more for a car that has less parts? And here's another thing that I don't like about EVs. They're heavy. So those tires are going to go quicker than, you could say, a standard car. Not always the case, but at the moment that's a thumbs down. So, apart from the environment, yes, I know they're meant to be good for the environment. How much is an average car in the US? And it's saying $46,290. Now, that's a lot cheaper, obviously. Now, next year, I am in the market for a car, if I can afford it. And the thing is, I'm looking at Toyota. If you live in Asia, Toyota is going to be king because every mechanic knows a Toyota. So one of them I really do like is the Toyota Raize, and in the US it's $18,070. And with this, it's a 1-litre turbo engine. It's great for the town. It does 19 kilometers for 1 litre, I do believe, something like that. And the gasoline is not very expensive here. In fact, in this country, it's about 26,800. Cars here are like double the price, the tax on it. And I think it actually looks quite nice. This is a town car. It can go long distances. It has, because it's Toyota, a very high level of safety, and it's not the cheapest car in this country, but it's one of them. But the style of it is actually quite good. And the reviews, I haven't seen many bad reviews of this little car. So why would I even consider buying an EV car if it's more expensive? And if you're going on long trips, it's going to be more expensive than gasoline. It's all about the greenback. So, you bought an electric car. Now, if you're using it just around the city and you have a home charger and you can charge it at home, fine. That is going to be cheaper than running a regular car. But when it comes to the service, there was one guy on CNBC who was just charged $500 just to have a look at his car. No service. So everyone's making premium services about these electric vehicles, while I can get a Toyota possibly done in this country for $50 to $100 for its service. That's one thing that I think is just appalling about these road rage vehicles that just become so annoying. The battery life. Now, the same guy that we talked about a little bit earlier, who was charged $500 American just to look at his car, needed the battery replaced because he'd done 170,000 kilometers. His warranty just ran out before, and warning lights came on saying you need a new battery. And the battery was going to cost him, get ready for this, and this was for a Hyundai, the Korean car, I think it is, for $50,000. $50,000 to replace the battery, not to repair, to replace. That's the price of a brand new car. So in the end, he scrapped the car for $1,000 and basically bought a brand new car. That's really good for the environment, isn't it? Yay. Another thing I just dislike about the EVs, imagine you are going on a long trip. You can only go a certain amount of kilometers before you have to charge. And when you do get to a charging station, you've got to make sure you have the right adapter. Now, there's like 3 kind of adapters. The one like the Tesla, I think it's called something 2, and then there's another 2. And you would have to go and search around for the right charging station. And these charging stations seem to be few and far between. And when you get there, you may have to wait for other people who are charging their car. Now, imagine it's a long weekend and it's a Friday. Your 2-hour journey to the seaside may take you up to 5 hours because you need to keep charging your blinking car. And the cost of that electricity going into the car in England is actually more expensive than gasoline. Yes, it's good for the environment, but it's not good for your wallet. Which one are you going to choose? Most logical people are saying, stuff the EV, they're absolutely pointless, and let me just get a normal car that works with gasoline. In the UK, in 2030, they are going to actually stop normal regular cars. And if you want a new car, it's only going to be electric. And then possibly the prices are going to go up. There's no way I would actually pay more for less. And that's what you're getting with a EV. So a lot of people may suffer from something called road anxiety or range anxiety. Yes, again, I repeat, environment, yada, 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 yada. But they're looking at their battery. Can they get there in time? How long do they have to wait? And is the charger actually working? And why can't you just pay with it with a touch and go card? You have to go to the application, and then you got to register your credit card with the application, etc. Why can't you just use cash? Why can't you just use, again, your card, and where you can scan it and goes beep or whatever? Doesn't seem. So it's at the very early stages of this, and all these things make it sort of like inconvenient to have a EV if you're going long distances. Now, I reiterate, if you have a small EV in the city, you're able to charge it at home and you're just going to use it for work and short distances, fine. You don't need to actually go to these charging stations unless you're going on a long trip. But if you were going on a long trip, you'd possibly rent a normal car, because then you wouldn't have all these problems. You can just go to a gasoline station, a petrol station, and get it done. EVs, they've got a long way to go. I could guess that so many people are considering, yes, it's good, but, and there's a big but at the moment, and I hope the people like BYD, like Toyota, like Ford, like or Nissan or Renault or whatever company produce the electric car, they've got to reduce their prices. They're just ridiculously over the top for what you're getting less for the car. But we haven't finished there. These electric vehicles are not user-friendly at all, and they can be quite annoying. For example, you want to buy a BYD, build your dreams. I've forgotten the actual name of it now. Build Your Dreams, that's the title of it. And you'll see so many people on YouTube saying, yes, it's marvelous, and they do very little criticisms about it. But here's the thing, this BYD made in China car is actually the same price as you could say like I'm trying to think of another EV car, like a regular car of that, and they're doing it at the same price. But I know that the Chinese want to get into this market worldwide, fair, but they just have this reputation, made in China. And they've got to get rid of that bad reputation before they can. So these cars have got to have a good reputation. One of them, all these things inside the car, you want to get in the car, you want to press the start button, you want your center screen, whichever side you drive on, to be simple. There's so much complication with it. The BYD twists around that center screen. Who cares? And it's actually dangerous as well, because let's say you're listening to music, you're happy with the music, you've got your satellite navigation on, then it's getting a little bit cold. So you have to go to the center screen. This is the road, here's the screen. You'll be beep, 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 typing away like this, just trying to turn up the AC or put the heating on or having a massage. Yeah. It needs to be user-friendly. So, example, the Toyota Raize here, this is one thing why I do like it. It does have the center screen there, and there it does have the Apple CarPlay, your navigation, etc. like that. But the heating or the air conditioning is separate, so you can feel without keeping your eyes off the road. So these center consoles are becoming more complicated. This is with Tesla, this is with BYD, and even some normal cars like this. They need to simplify it. So all I need when I'm driving along the road basically is I want to listen to the radio or I want to listen to music. It's just one touch there. Oh, it's cold, I want to turn up the heat. I don't need to look at it, I can feel it. It's separate, or there's just one button for it. I don't want the car to tell me what I want to do. In other words, when you're driving it and you're a little bit out of the lane, or you have to do this swerve because it's an emergency, it'll be sometimes, again, BYD do this, it's restricted and will actually force you, and you have to grab hold of the steering wheel basically to get it where you want to go. You can take this away through the settings on your center console, but when you turn it off, guess what? You've got to do all those settings again. So this kind of automotive system in your car that's meant to be a safety value sometimes is not. It's with Tesla as well, and it puts me off buying an electric vehicle. Here's a question for you. Have you bought an EV? Are you totally 100% happy with the second most expensive purchase usually in your life? First one obviously being your house. It feels like there's always some glitches in the way or something which is annoying, and yeah, you're trying to protect the environment. I get that whole thing, but I think it's got a long way to go even before I would consider buying a car. This would be the dream, that you buy the car, it's at a regular price, let's say 30,000. The service is relatively cheap. The battery replacement is not $50,000, maybe $1,000 or $2,000 would be better. The charging stations work with any car. It's not separate. That needs to be done. I think it is being done in Belgium, which is a good thing. And the charging needs to be faster. The charging needs to be as fast as you put gasoline in your gasoline in your car at a regular petrol station. And it's got to be the charging a lot cheaper, not more expensive than not more expensive like the EV car. All these videos you can actually find on YouTube. And this is all the research I have done with these, well, basically awful nightmare cars. They're not convenient. They may look very stylish, but there's going to be too many negatives and far few positives. So when you see these people selling or advertising the latest Tesla or the latest BYD from China, they're only selling you the positive things, and very rarely they're going to give you the whole story of this. If you are in the market for a electronic vehicle or electric vehicle, do look at a lot of videos, and I mean a lot, and try to find a lot of the negative ones as well for the people who've actually been on the road and it's their own car and they say this is great or this is awful or the charging station is a complete nightmare. I was watching this Irish guy with his electronic vehicle, and he said, I'm going to go back to a gasoline car. Sorry, environment, but these cars are absolutely useless. I don't own one, but I am in the market for a car in 2024, and with that, I'm going to go 100% for combustion and won't even consider having a look at electric. My name is James. You find this interesting or you disagree with me, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe would be fantastic, and hit the notification button. And if you want to support this channel, then all the help you can follow the links in the description below. God bless to all. Have a great day. Bye bye for now. Cheers.